ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa my hitters don't die the real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' line cause we're born to win I ain't saying
when the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off. The cowards that they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the 3rd grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwean bread. So they do shades. And your boy hit the stage, press play, and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae on this magnificent and menu Monday. I want to welcome you all to the Day with Trae. I am your host, Trae Holiday, and thank you for joining me on your Monday morning. Now, of course, I'm excited because when we talk about Menu Monday, y'all know Def Chef is going to be in the building later on in the show. So excited to dive in with him. And, you know, we're keeping a message alive just around healthy eating. We know it's the end of the month now, end of January, first month of the year, and those resolutions may seem like they're getting a little stale. So we're going to try to give you guys some tips, make sure you all have some notification about like, hey, this is how I can keep it going as I'm working on my health. So for all of you out there that have those health initiatives that you set in the beginning of the year, I'm excited to talk to Def Chef about how our eating really contributes to that. So I'm glad that he'll be joining us later on in the show. Of course, it's the top of the show though, right? So right now is a perfect time to tag and share the stream, y'all. Go ahead. You get to participate by tagging and sharing the stream with folks you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. If you can't watch us, you can always listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. Y'all will find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whatever it is, you name it. Double check for us and y'all will find us there. Well, I'm really excited because, you know, Converge, we stay committed to these amazing events that are going on in our community. Not only do we curate events for all of those of you that were at the Media Mixer, the Real Seattle Media Mixer with, of course, Basa Gordon, our pop culture queen here at Converge. You know, there's also so many great things that are going on in community. And I was able to chop it up with Caesar and Roger of the Mediums Collective. And they showed up and showed out this weekend with their fashion show. Check it out.
Out here to support the grand opening of Mediums Collective's storefront here in Capitol Hill. Big fan of those guys, Caesar, Roger, their whole team. And really it's just, they're bringing the community out. That's what they do. We had the honor of being able to host them on our podcast, Up and Up Podcast. And one thing about their story is they go beyond clothing. They go beyond fashion. They've been able to create a brand that actually provides a space for the creatives, the professionals, the artists out here who may not be into fashion, but they make them a part of their brand. And, you can't do nothing but salute that. If you know their story, they got it out the mud, so to speak. And, this is just a testament of what it means to be on that marathon mentality, to keep laying those bricks and just keep grinding, man, keep chasing your dreams, because stuff like this can happen.
One thing is that they appreciated the community in which Seattle was needed in terms of a representation of style and class. And they wanted to make sure that everyone is a part of that style and class, and they weren't exclusive.
I mean, it represents the city. Look around. This looks like Seattle. Just walk down the street, you'll see it. Mediums.
Now that we have a space, now we can build, we can talk, and we can continue to, grow and scale. So my plan for Mediums Collective is really to take it from Washington and start, elevating to other cities and other places. So, that's my vision for the plan. We'll see what the future holds for me. Man, it's 705 East Pike Street, it's the move, long time coming. We've been grinding for 3,000 days, And this is a celebration of what, you know, we've accomplished together with family, friends, and our loyal supporters. So I'm super glad to see familiar faces out here, and we're gonna make this work. You know what I'm saying? It says a lot of chaos going on in the back, but seeing y'all's faces out here makes it worth it.
Look, this is a monumental occasion. Our brothers, the people we really, how you doing? The people who've been here with us since the very beginning. They set up shop. They're having a fashion show, and they're business owners. They've been doing it on the street. They set the example. And now we're back on the hill just supporting them, man. We progressed in what we got going on. It's time to just lock in with whoever is authentic to you and you can relate to and find some way. And you got to step forward. And I think Mediums is exemplifying that with this spot here. All the events they've done, all the clothing we're all rocking, they're the real deal. And if you're the real deal, you can rock with us and everybody around us and you're good, no matter what you look like. You can tell it's family love, and their family extends to myself and so many other people. Like, I'm proud of them, like from a brotherly like place, you know. You better come with the drip, don't slip. Come on, man. Mediums Collective, support the kids, man, for real.
There it is. Marshall said it best. Come with the drip, don't slip. I love it. You know, Besa and I were there. Shout out to our team who was there to capture this amazing moment. So many folks from community showed up, you know, showed their love for Mediums. Shout out to you both, Roger and Caesar, for, you know, bringing this out to the public, for all of us to be able to participate. You all did a fantastic job of bringing this event together. No matter what it took to get there, you showed us what it means to be dedicated to your city in such an intentional, authentic way. Just really love you both, and shout out to y'all because it was a phenomenal event. And, you know, the photographers were on deck. We took so many amazing photos, had such a great time, got to see the fashions. I saw a couple pieces now that I need to come back to the store and get. You know, honestly, when you're looking for high quality, you know, fashion right here in your city, Mediums Collective is a great way to get engaged and pay homage to those who are doing the work here. And as you can see, I'm also wearing another brand, and I thought it would be great to actually wear my bomb face work on this amazing Monday. Shout out to my guy, Matt Wells, also another great brand that's local here. When we talk about, you know, supporting our own and what it means to circulate dollars, we have a lot of great businesses here that we get to support. And I get excited because I'm connected to a lot of these business owners. But you also can be connected. You also can reach out, figure out who in your local area is doing vending, where they're popping up at, where they're having their shops at. You know, there's, you know, so much to learn. But when you go out and you go to some of these, especially some of these major Black markets where they just have a bunch of businesses from the global majority that you can support, connect with those businesses, because when you see them at one event, chances are they're setting up at another event. They're setting up at another event. They're setting up. So you get to follow them where they are. And then you also get to meet other business owners when you go to several of these events. First off, one is already going to give you more than a handful of businesses that probably are producing products or services that you're already buying outside of the community. So you get the opportunity to really participate in circulating those dollars locally by really staying connected to these amazing business owners. And now Mediums Collective is making it very easy for you, because you can go right to 705 East Pike Street and check them out right there on Capitol Hill. Another great space to actually circulate dollars locally, y'all. Well, it's exciting because not only was Converge on the scene for Mediums Collective, Converge was also there as a space that we formerly know as the Link Project went through a major rebrand. Now it is called Made Space, and it is such a beautiful place. Check out what Made Space is all about.
And the vision is coming to life because I put myself into it. and I have my community around me, and you guys are just like validation of that. And so thank you guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What's going on right now? Made Space is opening up a super dope creative space on the corner and 20th and Union. It was co-founded by Stephanie Morales. Super honored to actually call her a true, genuine friend. And so the grand reopening is taking place. It was formerly known as The Link, and music, drinks, food, art, drumming, and community.
For me, Made Space is being really intentional about making the space, making the time, making the art, making the community and connections. And so that's a place to do that. A lot of times we have that in our heart to do that, but the first step is where? We're at the grand reopening of Made Space, formerly the Link Project. And so I just took some not great stuff and was able to pivot it into a really exciting reopening of the space and focusing on the things that were really working and that I really have a passion for. So community events, art making, gathering, all that kind of stuff. We've been able to host a lot of various artists, both musically, visually, writing and all that. Like Melvin, Fly Blind Guy, came here. He's from East Union. So to be able to come home and be in this place and be celebrated in this place was something that was really important. I had Aramis A.O. Hamer. She's a beautiful soul and has beautiful artwork and was able to kind of be in this space. Adimbo Lakia, who is here today as our drummer, and was able to just put up some really amazing work. And he talked about how that show kind of launched him into the next level of where he's at. And that's kind of always been the goal with my business, and now holding space. That's what we're trying to do here. It's just a launch pad and a place of growth.
This is one of the few spaces that's actually ran by an artist that's left in this particular region that has such a rich history of Black folk and people of color. So I feel like Stephanie is really doing her part of really trying to like hold down the fort and make accessible space available for people who have been pushed out so much. One, artist, two, Black artists and artists of color. So personally, I'll just speak from myself and just speak from my heart why this space is really important to me is because I had one of my shows here and she provided me with an affordable space, which is really hard to find now in Seattle, and it's already hard enough to live. And so part of us living as artists is showing our work, exhibiting our work. So if we don't even have a space to show it, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So she's making that possible. The art scene is huge, but the Black art scene is small. And there's two sides of that. The negative is that it's small, but the positive is that we are deeply rooted and deeply connected. So I feel like I know almost every Black artist of color out here. And so what I value about our community is that we look out for each other, and so I feel like that's what makes Seattle art scene dope. But it is, I feel it. Yeah, no, it was hot 2 years ago. And I think what artists can do now is get strategic about how to make this a long-term thing where we still keeping the narrative and keeping artists present. I'm gonna give you this direct example about how Made Space made it possible for me to pay my studio rent in Seattle. So she provided me with space to display my artwork up. During that event, I sold thousands of dollars of artwork. We had a commission part of it, so I was able to give her funds as well. One, the space, and also contributing to what she's doing. So it's also this exchange that's really going on. And that's helping me, how I'm saying, pay my studio rent, pay these bills out here, and really be a full-time artist and be independent from institutions that do come with a whole lot of strings. There's certain things you can't say. There's certain sort of smiles you have to give and hands you got to shake to kind of make it work, But Made Space is a perfect example about how she's helping to keep artists financially free from corporate institutions that push a certain narrative, and then we become a part of the whole puppet parade to keep that going. But it's when you not feeding me, I'm not worried about the hand. You're not supposed to bite the hand that feeds you. It's you not feeding me, so we about to bite back.
people were already doing a lot of businesses, and then of course during the pandemic, a lot of people were able to explore even further their passions, their interests, and grow into businesses. But that leap from online to a physical space can be a little bit difficult. And also, especially with gentrification, we're all spread out all over the city and all over the county. And so this becomes a place where it's like, when you want to be intentional on supporting and elevating Black creatives and entrepreneurs, this is where you can come. It becomes a hub for that. And if someone's a business owner or creative that wants to tap into a wider community, a wider audience, this is where they can come to. So it's like, you can bring your intention here and you're going to find a place to plug into that intention. I want everybody to understand that what the creative stuff they have inside of them has value, and they can make a living doing that, and they can make community doing that. So that's what the space is. In the space, the idea is we make time, we make art, we make community, and it's just a really intentional type of place. We have lost so many spaces. I really feel like there's a resurgence happening in the Central District of sort of taking back some of these spaces. We acknowledge that the Central District will never be what it was, but we can take that, just like I've done here, and pivot. We can pivot it into the new Central District and take hold of these spaces and continue to occupy these spaces. And so that's what this is for. It's really even though there's a lot of color on the walls, it's a blank canvas. I want everybody to come in here, look, and see what they can dream up in this place.
There it is right there. Shout out to Stephanie Morales, everybody who has poured into Made Space. Those of you who have been able to go by there, when we talk about, circulating our dollars, I love what Aramis Hamer says. Shout out to you, Aramis, because that's a solid message in terms of biting the hand that feeds you. No, when your community is feeding you, it's a reciprocal thing, right? They are receiving your gift in the form of whatever that looks like, whether it is art, it is product, it is a service, whatever it is, they are receiving your gift and they are pouring into you and you into them. There's this reciprocity that is created when community are the ones that are supporting our community. It is such a beautiful notion, and I agree 1,000% when we talk about how important it is for us to be able to break those chains, break away from, what we're normally accustomed to when it comes to trying to make money as a creative. And there are so many freelance workers within our communities of, the global majority, because we are finding our own way. We don't want to be in those boxes that unfortunately a lot of, corporations and private entities put you in. So I agree with that message 100%. And I was just talking about, Mediums Collective in terms of circulating dollars in our community. This right here is a space where you can get plugged in to so many different artists, so many different businesses that are producing products. I have bought a ton of different things in this space, whether it is art or clothing or candles or body butters or whatever. I'm telling you, Stephanie really had such a solid vision for what this space could be for all of us and what it means for all of us to actually feel as though we belong in a space. For so many who, for them to get their own storefront is astronomical in terms of pricing. So kudos to you, Stephanie, for seeing the vision through, for providing this space for so many different artists and other business owners to showcase their works, to showcase their products. This is an amazing space. When I was just talking about, okay, you can go to all of these vendor markets that we have, these outdoor kind of vendor markets where people are setting up their tables. This right here is an internal space that you can always visit and get connected to multiple different vendors, whether it is, again, art or products or whatever. So not only do you have the option of going to a fixed, business, brick and mortar like Mediums on Pike Street, you also have the opportunity of spending your dollars at these amazing markets that are still going on even during the winter. You got to just be plugged in, but those are happening. And you also have the option of being right there at Made Space and going and supporting the folks who are showcasing their works there. So look, when I tell you I'm giving it all to y'all, this is the game. This is the way that we do it. Collectively, we can all be a part of what it means to support those who are doing the work here in our communities and how we can show up for them and make sure that our dollars are being reclaimed in our communities. We don't need to purchase all of the products from the big brand stores like Target and Walmart and Amazon. We can actually get a lot of our products locally if we just look close enough. So those are some options for all of y'all out there to be intentional about how you spend your money and to also really support some amazing work that is happening right here in our community. Well, I'm excited because after this short break, we're going to get a Menu Monday segment from Def Chef. Of course, many of us have said we got to be more healthy. We got to eat healthy. We're going to be talking to Def Chef about what that looks like. And I think he might have some treats for us. So we'll see just after this short break. Stay tuned, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Prosperity in Black America. What will this require? Is Black business prospering? Are we reaching women and minority-owned businesses? How do we achieve earning parity for wealth for our families? Do our children really have access to education? Will our families have choices for our children? Prison pipelines, mass incarceration, tearing our families apart. A healthcare system not accessible to the masses. The disproportionate termination of Black women from corporate America. When will we actually begin to address what's really at play? How do Black people gain more power to help make these changes? This requires a lot of political will and courage. I'm that provocateur of change. I am Cindy Bright. Welcome to Heartbeat.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trae Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to actually take one more break here. Def Chef is just getting set up, and we want to make sure it's all the way proper and right for y'all. So just give us a second. We will be right back.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trae Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today, and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon.
Pacific Northwest Ballet unveils Giselle, ballet's classic tale of romance, betrayal, and immortal love. The New York Times calls it a triumph, comparable to an epic film. This stunning production is touched by magic. Order tickets now at pnb.org.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for your patience. Welcome back to the Day with Trae. I always get excited because Def Chef shows up with the boxes of food, always on deck. What's up, Def?
What's up with you, sis? Man, thank you for your patience. It was crazy, but thanks for having me once again.
Of course. Well, we talked about this early on this year, veggies as being a great way to stay healthy. And for me, I'm like, look, it's the end of the month. We had to bring you back, do another Menu Monday segment. But a lot of folks out there are getting weary about their resolutions, man. What can they do? What are some tips you have?
Well, man, one way to follow through, we're creatures of habit, right? And so one way to eat better, make the stuff you like already. Make veggie tacos, make veggie scrambles. Just incorporate vegetables into it. Make sure you do it. Don't overstart yourself, right? Go ahead and open them boxes. Let's talk about this food. What are we looking at?
So look, it looks like we got some amazing, this almost looks like pad thai that you made, because this has got the pad thai noodles right here.
Yep.
And then we also got some veggie fried rice here. So you actually, I know it, I can already tell, these are veggie, right? I mean, you put a lot of vegetables in here.
Absolutely. And if you notice, we're dealing with starches, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. One starch is heavily vegetable laden, as you can see. You can look up in there. Tell them what you got up in there, Trae.
Well, I mean, already I can see snap peas and onions. I see celery. I get purple cabbage in here. Green onion. I mean, there not only is it has some noodles, but it's got a ton of vegetables in here.
Yeah, a ton of vegetables, and it's the veggies are still living. Per se, I did cook them, but they're not overcooked. We overcook stuff way too much.
Yeah,
right?
and also too that like ruins the nutritional value of it.
It absolutely kills all the nutrients in it, and you want to have some living food, right? I mean, we still hold on now. We got something for everybody else now who's around here.
Oh,
now, this is actually barbecue. That's barbecue ribeye, but in it, you still see veggies, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I did it, I made a veggie puree to add in.
So it's still marinated in veggies.
Yeah, it's still it's marinated in veggie, like in veggie stock, and absolutely.
Well, this right here, I mean, you're talking about taking the things you already love and just shifting a little bit, right? I mean, this is what I think a lot of folks need to understand. There are ways to still enjoy what you love, but just change it up a little bit. And you talked about lessening the butter early on in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different tips that folks can do to make sure that they are kind of changing it out. Now, I know that you help a lot of people too during this transition. I mean, you still prepare foods. People can still connect with you.
Absolutely.
Let them know how they get connected with you. If they're like, look, I don't know, but maybe you can show me, or I can buy some recipes from you.
You could DM me. You could text me 253-486-0825. You could call me. I make myself available. When you see me, just come talk to me. Oh, and you know what? Food, it's a big mind game. This is boxed up like this for a reason. Sometimes you got to make food for your family, do a bunch of stuff, and make it. Oh, I went and got takeout. No, I made this. Where'd you get it from? Oh, this spot in West Seattle. right on the box. This is this is that. Oh, this is bomb. Oh, I love this. Okay.
Yeah. Change the mind frame. Let's do our own tricks. Let's get the boxes. We can get the boxes and take this kind of stuff home. That's a good one I'm gonna use for my kids.
And listen, we Black. We love takeout.
Yeah.
We love to go out to eat. We love when mama come home and went and bought us something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought you something.
Yeah.
That's how I got this. I had to buy it and I made it. Got me some white boxes, some of this little cardboard paper.
Yeah, see?
Or what that cardboard checkerboard paper.
Yeah.
Put it under there, man. Yeah, man, we got takeout tonight.
I love it,
Yes,
Jeff.
yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much for making it happen today. Amidst all the traffic and everything else, you did make it, and I appreciate you all the time when you keep us healthy here on this set. I know me and Cuddy, sometimes others are here. It's important for all of us to be eating healthy too. So thank you so much.
And eating healthy, it'll make you think healthy. Like there's just a whole science that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Right. If you put good food in your body, you'll probably manifest good intentions and good thoughts, and that'll often lead to good results, right, Trae?
There it is.
Okay, now.
There it is, the domino effect. Let's start with the greatest
effect.
domino.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The greatest domino, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we all need to eat. So thank you so much, Chef.
Yeah, enjoy this food. Enjoy this food.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me today on The Day with Trae on this magnificent Menu Monday. Of course, ending it with a bunch of different vegetables in ways that we enjoy already. I love me a good fried rice, a good pad thai. So I'm already smelling it all. It's so good. I'm ready to dive in. But I thank y'all for being with us, and take these tips to heart for yourselves. As he said, for those of you who have the young ones, make it fun for them. Start boxing it up like this. So they're like, oh, this is some takeout. You can prepare it outside of their purview, and then they got something that they think you bought. I mean, it's a great trick of the mind. Of course, also make sure y'all tap in with the resources. Check out Mediums Collective right there on East Pike Street, 705 East Pike Street. Check them out. Also, go to 20th and Union. Check out Made Space. Find ways to circulate your dollars locally, y'all. And that's it for me today. Until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace.
Converge.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.